Most people understand that goals are important, but vague goals are practically useless. In this video, I want to take you through a quick speed course on SMART goals, why they're important, what are they, outcome versus behavior, and give you some real world examples. So I just recently did a survey of our members, and based on the respondents here, I asked them, number one question, what is your number one health and fitness goal you're working towards? And the idea of asking this question was compiling these goals to help our coaches and myself help those clients achieve their goals. And based on the responses, I realized I'm doing a horrible job as a health coach because I haven't taught them how to set SMART goals. Just give you a few examples answering that question. What are your number one fitness and health goals you're working towards? Weight loss. That's very ambiguous. Less man boobs, more gains. At least there's a little bit of quantification there, less and more, but not very specific, as you'll find out in SMART goals. Build muscle, ambiguous. Gain more muscle, ambiguous. Lose fat, ambiguous. Weight and definition, ambiguous. Weight loss, ambiguous. Lose 3 pounds per month in 2025. That is the closest thing to a SMART goal of the ones I went through, and I'm not going to read through all 85 of these, but so I want to train you on how to do an actual SMART goal, as well as give you some real world examples. So why you should listen to me? I'm Coach Matt O'Brien. I'm a master health coach and master trainer and nutritionist with over 26 years experience and 30,000 hours working individually with clients over those years. I'm author of the Magic Pill and Fitness Fuel and founder of TrYumph Fitness and Nutrition here in Largo, Florida. And I help people get healthy fast by making the process stupid simple. So setting SMART goals is part of any achievement process. And what we're going to go through here, and I'll blow up the screen, is why they're important, what are they, and teach you outcome versus behavior and why behavioral goals are going to be more lasting, but they both can serve a purpose and give you those real world examples. So SMART goals, and I just finished a 24-week Master Health Coach certification as a prerequisite to my national board certification that I'm aspiring to obtain in November. And this is a slide from that, one of the trainings we did, but SMART goals get clients or set up clients to succeed. And they're basically the way you set this up, they want to tell you what to do, what you're working towards, put a time frame on it and make sure it's realistic. And let's go through the individual components of a SMART goal. First, the S, this is stands for specific. And you want to make sure you're setting a goal that has a specific value to it. And that's the what, the why, the how. It's measurable. So you need to have some kind of measure of success, because we always say what gets measured get managed. And since we've incorporated our InBody 570 body composition analyzer, it gives our clients feedback on their progress towards a body composition related goal, numerical, and they can gauge progress. The A stands for actionable, something that clients can actually do, take action on. And then the R is realistic. This is where, you have to have that dose of reality. If you're not the most athletic person, a realistic goal for you is, probably not being an Olympic athlete or Olympic sprinter. And that's not to say you don't want to aspire to get faster, stronger, better, but we just have to be self-aware enough to set realistic goals. And if you're not self-aware enough or you need a second opinion, you should hire a coach that can do an assessment and help you set realistic goals. And then the T is timely or time-bound, and that's where you put a time component on the goal. So that's what SMART goal is. And let's talk briefly about outcome versus behavior. So an outcome goal is seeking an outcome. Like I want to be able to do 10 push-ups, or I want to do 5 pull-ups unassisted, and I'm using fitness related goals because that's what we do here at TrYumph. But these can be business goals. These can be relationship goals. You can apply it to any area of your life. But sticking with the fitness theme, 2 examples of those outcomes: run 5K in 20 minutes. That's an outcome goal. I want to sleep 8 hours a night. Versus behavior goals are things that you can do behaviorally to achieve an outcome goal. And the reality is the difference between outcome and behavior, we can't always control an outcome goal. There's just situations that we aren't 100% in control of, and that's where outcome goals can be less successful versus behavioral goals. So slicing those 2 outcome goals into behavioral goals, it would be versus the 5K, running for 20 minutes 3 times per week for the next month. And then for the bedtime, sleeping 8 hours per night, which is the outcome goal. The behavioral goal equivalent would be create a bedtime routine and implement it 4 times per week. So the behavioral goal is something you do have control over and will increase the likelihood that you'll achieve the outcome goal. So I hope that makes sense. And just simple, quick examples here. But like I said, you can apply it to any facet of your life. So here's some SMART goals examples, real world: outcome versus behavior. So outcome, and I will do, and these are just examples of clients, goals that I've helped clients, SMART goals I've helped clients set up over the last 6 months. I will do 5 body weight pull-ups or unassisted pull-ups by August 1st, 2025. So that's one of my clients is working towards that. People that want to get stronger, I will barbell deadlift 150 pounds 5 times or 5 repetitions from the floor by September 15th, 2025. So you see the what, the when, and the how, and the time component. Then a third example relative to weight loss would be I will lose 15 pounds of body fat, clarifying the difference between weight and body fat, and gain 4 pounds of muscle mass in the next 90 days. So body transformation, that's a really good, realistic goal that we achieve oftentimes better than that for our clients at TrYumph. But for most people, that's a very realistic goal, depending on your gender and your age, your previous exercise history and background, and then any kind of physical limitations. For most people, that's going to be realistic with a simple exercise and nutrition protocol. So let's look at some behavioral SMART goals. Number 1, I will attend 3 TriFit. That's our small group training or semi-private training we do at TrYumph. 3 TriFit classes each week for the month of April. So that is a behavioral goal, set you up for success if that's realistic. If getting here 3 times is not realistic, I'll tell my clients set 2 as the SMART goal. And then if you can get the 3rd, then you're overachieving. And psychologically, that's better than setting 3 and coming twice and feeling like a failure. So that's where the realistic part comes into play. Second one is I will be in bed by 10 p.m. at least 4 times each week. This is actually my behavioral SMART goal, and I can't quite master it yet. And that's just with all the things on my plate. But I know I'm just in a season, but I'm still working towards that goal, and I'm going to keep doing it until I get there. And then finally, I will drink 12 ounces of water first thing each morning. So that's something everybody should be doing, at least 12 ounces to start your day. And so that's just a behavioral goal that we can absolutely control. And it may take some repetitions to get that to become kind of your part of your morning routine. So that is some examples of actual SMART goals. And hopefully this was quick, but I want to stress the importance of actually putting that SMART framework on any goal that you set. And then outside of that, write it down, like preferably in ink, in your own handwriting, in cursive, because that actually imprints the goal into your subconscious mind, and then put it ideally in at least one place, but multiple places, on your bathroom mirror, on your refrigerator, and maybe inside the refrigerator if your goal involves not eating something inside the refrigerator or eating more of something inside the refrigerator. You can put it as a Post-it note on your desk at work. You can put it on the Post-it note on the dashboard of your car. These are just some examples, because actually visually seeing it, reminding yourself and refreshing your subconscious mind of that goal, and tracking the measurable piece of it and the timeline. So where I learned this personally in my business life is I set an outcome goal of a revenue target, and realizing, holy crap, I don't have control over the quality of the people that book consultations, and we did not hit that. Whereas the behavioral goal of implementing systems to improve our follow-up, we did implement, and that part of our process is getting better, so that when the leads I can't necessarily control all the time, who responds to the marketing that we do, who responds to the paid ads that we do, I can't really control that. I can control how much we spend. I control what we put in those ads. I can control the offer, but God only knows who's actually going to respond. So the behavioral goals is we are implementing systems with our staff for the follow-up process, for the onboarding, and that is getting better. So those are things we do have control over. So I hope that's been a valuable training for you. I tried to keep this about 10 minutes. And if you are a busy parent, working professional, or business owner, those are the clients that I typically serve the best, because they're busy. They want fast, actionable results. They want a solution, and they know how to execute. They just want to be pointed in the right direction. And you're serious about radically improving your health. You have 15 to 50 pounds to lose over the next 90 days. I'm your guy. That's what I specialize in. That's what I love to do. I have 5 business owners I'm working with. One I'm featuring in the Fat to Fit show has already lost 60 pounds since December 19th over the last, just over 90 days. And another one that just started last week, he's already lost 9 pounds. Another one that started also the week before last, he's already down 11 pounds. So the system works. And if you're interested, in the description is a link to book a consultation. I would love to help you. If you're not local, we can do those consultations by Zoom. And this program works all over the place. I just can't train you in person, but I can give you the program and the blueprint to follow. So hope that's been helpful. Hope you have an amazing day wherever you are in the world. And remember, strong is young, and the why in TrYumph is you. So y'all take care. Until next time, my friends, I'm Coach Matt O'Brien. Peace out. God bless.